Hey, what's up, everybody? You got Steve here with the Fandom Show. Hope you're doing well. We've got quite a few things to go over in this video, so let's go ahead and jump in and get to it. First up, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Saw it on opening night, had a whole lot of fun. This was a fantastic Ghostbusters movie. Probably my favorite since the first two movies. I mean, they were back in New York, back in the firehouse. All the OGs were back. It was just a ton of fun. No regrets whatsoever. It didn't have everything that I hoped for, but I liked everything that it did have, pretty much, to put it that way. So, again, yeah, if you're any kind of a Ghostbusters fan, you're probably going to really enjoy this movie. It's at about 175 million, I think, worldwide, somewhere about that right now. The budget was 100 million, so it's definitely been profitable. Not sure where it's going to finish up. Hopefully we'll get a third movie. We'll have to wait and see what Sony decides. The creative team behind Frozen Empire and Afterlife, primarily Gil Kenan and Jason Reitman, who's the son of original Ghostbusters director Ivan Reitman, says they have an outline for a third movie and a plan of where they want things to go if they're allowed to get there. What I would like to see in a third movie is for Ghostbusters franchises to pop up all around the United States or really all around the world. That is something that has been part of the Ghostbusters mythos from the beginning. The whole idea behind basing them out of a firehouse, that they would basically be, first responders for ghosts, right? So every town, they have, a fire department they send out when something's on fire. They have the police send out to enforce the law. And the idea was they'd have a Ghostbusters team when the paranormal gets out of hand. So I really hope the third movie would encompass that. It's one thing that I've wanted to see in a Ghostbusters movie, basically from the beginning. So hope I get it. If I don't, I'm not going to be that disappointed because, hey, at the end of the day, it is Ghostbusters, but we shall see. So where it goes from here, I don't know. Hopefully, one way or another, we don't have to wait like 30 years for another Ghostbusters movie. That's what we've got between Ghostbusters 2 and Afterlife. And yes, I know there was another Ghostbusters movie in there in 2016. Not part of the original storyline, of course. I've already talked about that movie at length. Not going to get into it again. But point being, I'm excited for the future of the Ghostbusters franchise. And I think there's plenty of cool stuff in the pipeline before too long. So we'll see where that goes. Next up, Star Wars The Acolyte. The trailer for this dropped online 2 days after I uploaded my last video. Yay, timing. It happens. What can I do? I enjoyed it. I've always enjoyed the swashbuckling kind of adventure nature of the Jedi within Star Wars. And this new show seems to really be keying into that. And obviously, if this is the Jedi and this is the Sith, this new show is like this. It's focusing on the Sith and not the Jedi, but there's plenty of overlap there. The trailer, though, is getting a whole lot of hate online. It's racked up, I think, millions of dislikes now from people who don't think that it goes dark enough. And I'm like, you do realize this is Disney, right? Like, this is not a company known for dark things. But the funny thing is, like, Star Wars has done darker stuff before, There was some darker stuff in Revenge of the Sith, where Anakin killed those kids and burned the Jedi Temple. And there was some darker stuff in The Last Jedi, which was under the Disney umbrella. And there was some darker stuff in the Obi-Wan Kenobi TV series, which was also under the Disney umbrella. But, Star Wars is never going to get, like, R-rated horror, blood, and gore. And it shouldn't, in my opinion. It really shouldn't, There's, you can be dark within Star Wars, as I was just talking about, but I don't think there's any reason to go too far with it, because that sort of, I think, goes contrary to what Star Wars is supposed to be. It's supposed to be something that's generally accessible to a lot of people and is more about, grand adventure than gritty stuff and horror. So I'm going to hold my opinion on it until I've seen the whole thing. I think it's silly to bury a TV show on the basis of 2 minutes of a trailer. By all means, say the trailer sucks. I mean, I know for a fact there's bad trailers out there. It happens. And I have no problem with people trashing a trailer because it's a crappy trailer. Like, it gives away too much or something like that. But to say, oh, this show is going to suck really on the basis of a trailer, I was like, that seems like a bit of overkill to me. So we'll see. It's out in a few months, and fingers crossed that it turns out really well. Moving along, the new Walking Dead show, The Ones Who Live, featuring Rick and Michonne, has been chugging along. I'm not a Walking Dead fan myself. My wife is. I'm not sure. What do Walking Dead fans call themselves? I was thinking maybe Deadheads, but that's already taken by Grateful Dead fans. And you won't want to go with Walkers because that's the name for the zombies in the series. So I'm sure they've got some kind of designation for themselves. Not sure what that is. Anyway, the Walking Dead franchise continues to thrive. And for those of you who are big fans, that's awesome. You can't really go wrong in a lot of cases with zombie stuff. And, you know, hopefully the show ends as well as it starts. Moving along, we have Fallout, the new TV show, which is on Amazon now. Reception to that has been fairly good so far. I think they've done a great job of adapting the video games into a cohesive series. I haven't decided if I'm going to keep watching episode by episode or wait till it's over and binge the whole thing, but I might just flip a coin and decide, but I'll probably end up enjoying it either way. Definitely high hopes for the remaining first season of that. Last but not least, the trailer is out now for Superman Legacy, and I watched it. There was a lot of things I like about it, but it's just, man, I always have my reservations with DC these days because of some of the stuff that's going on. And I'd like to think that there's a good place for Superman in 2024, and this is all going to work out really well. But I don't know. I really don't. So I'm going to keep myself on cautiously optimistic and hope that my concerns are possibly a little overblown. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch this one in theaters. I'll definitely watch it at some point. But, I mean, the production value is certainly good. The story looks good. It definitely has potential, I'd say. But I just, again, given DC's track record, I'm like, ugh. You know, I'll check it out and we'll see where it goes. But I'm definitely have a few concerns about that one. All right, so that's all of the movie, television show stuff I have for you. A couple things on a more personal note. I picked this up on clearance from Target the other day. It is a scale model of the Enterprise D, very similar to one that I had as a kid. And there's a couple things that I like about this. So firstly, it has all kinds of sound effects and clips from the show. It also has light. As you can see, the deflector dish there is lit. There's a light on the nacelles. There's a bit of top light in there that you can see, which is really cool. And, like the original Enterprise D, this thing splits into two pieces. So that's really neat. I actually picked that up on clearance. It was the last one they had in the store. So I was very excited to get that. This particular week, I ended up scoring this at a Walmart store for less than half price because somebody who works at the store screwed up a price tag. Now, I wasn't mean about it or anything, but, you know, I saw it there. I thought, maybe I could get this at a really good deal. I ended up getting it. So this is going to be something that I jump into a little bit later this week. Fairly excited for that. And last but not least, at the end of my last video, I mentioned how I've been collecting the retro Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Playmate figures, and I have not been able to find a foot soldier even online. Well, of course, I jumped online after that video, did a search, and all of a sudden, hey, there's foot soldiers available. I swear to you, when I first looked at that, they were not there, but they were there this time. So I went ahead and ordered one, and there he is. I got my foot soldier, which means my collection is almost complete. I say almost complete. I'm only missing Krang. I have all four turtles. I have Shredder. I have Splinter. I have this foot soldier guy. And then once I get Krang, I've got everything that I wanted. I know there's more than that out there in this set. I don't want all of them. I just want that core 8. And like I said, I'm only one away. So I do plan on finishing that up soon. So that's about all I've got for now. There's more cool stuff coming. And I'm going to be back with a new video before the end of this week, actually. So keep your eyes peeled for that. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a great night.